What is up, guys? Welcome back to another awesome episode. So today we're at Texas Archery. I'm here with my boy Raymond.
How's it going?
You guys remember I did a comprehensive review versus the new RX-7 from Hoyt and the Mathews V3X. And I told you guys that I'm going to be picking one of these bows as my new hunting bow for 2022. But I haven't really made a decision yet because I'm in a dilemma, Raymond.
Yeah,
I'm gonna be honest with you, man.
It's a tough pick. There's two good bows.
Exactly. So I don't know which one to go for. So that's why I'm here today, shooting both of these, just trying to get a feeling once more and make a final decision. But today, Raymond, you think I should get the Mathews? Is that correct?
I own one. I like it a lot. I've been shooting it really well.
Okay.
I took it to Total Archery Challenge this year and shot really, really well with it.
Okay.
Overall, man, I'm happy with the performance of the bow for sure.
Sure. Okay. And do you think, are you saying this because this is the best-selling bow?
This is our #1 selling bow.
Okay.
For sure. 100% hands down. You know, there's several reasons why I do like this bow, and we can get into that here in a minute, but it's been a good bow for me this year.
Okay. All right. Well, without further ado, Raymond's come up with a top 5 list on why you should buy the Mathews V3X and why I should personally pick this up.
So I also got, you know, when you're shooting a new bow like this or whatever you're doing test flying, you got to keep in mind, like, I'm shooting a bare bow with a whisker biscuit. This is not how I intend to set this bow up by any means, but it's just what I grabbed off the shelf to come over here and do some testing with. I mean, right out of the gate, obviously, you notice it's a fairly quiet bow. It's smooth. What I really like about Mathews is what they did this year is they put the switch weight modules, well, I say this year, they've been doing it for years, but it is also on the V3X as well. Switch weight modules, which allows me to peak out the bow at 60 pounds, 65, 70, 75 pounds, and not have to change the limb bolts whatsoever or order a special pound limb. It makes it really cool for a dealer's perspective as well, because I don't have to order 60 and 70 pound bows. I just order it with whatever mods I want. And if the customer doesn't want that, we can swap them out. And you know, in the off season, if you just want to shoot 60 pounds maxed out, not lose any efficiency, you can do that. And then as you get ready for hunting season, you can crank it up to 70, 75 pounds and still keep the limb bolts maxed out. One thing that they did do this year is do the bridge lock technology, which allows you to run a sight directly in the middle of the riser. Obviously I don't have one on here right now, but what that does, paired with the Mathews IMX rest, is it keeps all the weight down the center line of the bow, eliminates the need for a sidebar, but also too, you don't get that natural cant you see right-handed shooters doing to the right. So that's really cool too. Another thing that I really like about Mathews bows is the tunability. We may or may not have touched on this in the past, but they have what's called a top hat system that makes this bow probably the easiest, simplest way to tune a bow out there. I never leave center shot on the Mathews bow. I do everything I can to move the cams left and right with their top hat system, which makes our life so much easier when you sell as many as we do of these bows. And also too, if I was buying one of these on the other side of the counter, one thing that they have going for them that a lot of other companies don't is a lifetime warranty, which is really cool. It's non-transferable, it's to the original owner, but also I can always get parts for this bow. So Mathews has been in business for a very long time. I want to say 92, 91, 92, I think 92. I can still get parts for the first bow they ever made. There's not very many companies out there that can say that. So as a selling point, a lot of customers really, really like their warranty, their customer service, and the ability to be able to get parts for a lifetime.
I mean, that's all great stuff, man. I love that the limited lifetime warranty.
Yes.
And the Mathews quality, but why would I buy that? What puts this better than something like Bowtech or Hoyt has?
And that's what's tough. We've gotten to a day and age is where bows it's getting harder and harder to make them better and better and better. Everybody's trying to reinvent the wheel. Every manufacturer today, I don't care if it's Bowtech, Mathews, Hoyt, f.o.c, whatever the brand may be, they all make a good solid bow. Especially when you're talking a bow at, you know, the $1,100, $1,200, $1,300 range, it's hard to buy a bad bow. I mean, the engineering that goes behind these things is unreal. The amount of efficiency that they can get out of these cams is on another level. So really what it boils down to, and I'm not even gonna lie, is just personal preference.
It's very quiet.
Yeah, and like I said, that's with a whisker biscuit too. When I put on a drop weight, this thing will get even that much quieter. Same thing goes with bars and other accessories. It's gonna soak up any buzz that's coming off of this bow, which isn't much to begin with. So a minute ago, you were asking me about length. You know, here in Texas, we have a lot of ground blind hunters. We have a lot of, you know, lock-on tree stand saddle hunters, all that kind of stuff. A lot of those guys like a short, more compact bow like you'd have right here in your 30-inch riser. So Mathews does offer a 29-inch bow, and they offer the 33, which you can see. I'm holding the 33. It's a big bow.
That is a big difference.
So for somebody that is maybe going out west or doing the total archery challenges, or somebody that wants to do a little bit of 3D and, you know, hybrid setup, this 3D is one to be, or this 33 is one to be reckoned with, because the length of this riser is crazy. So it's a 33-inch bow. If I measure from pivot point to pivot point here, I think I get like 30 and some change. So it's all riser, which makes it a very, very stable bow. That being said, their 29-inch model is a very stable bow too. It has a very long riser for being under 30 inches. So a lot of people get scared that, oh, the 29 is less accurate or whatever the case may be. That's not really true. It's going to be more crucial in your form to get everything right. A little bit more finicky every now and then. But for me personally, I'm the opposite of a lot of people. I like a longer bow. I want as much riser as I can get, as long as it doesn't hinder me in the woods. And 33 inches is doable out of any blind I own or have ever been in. So for me, that's why I shoot the 33.
I mean, but if a guy comes in and say, hey man, I got really small ground blind, you know, would you push them to the 33, or would you?
No, not necessarily. I mean, that's what's pretty cool about this place. We don't necessarily tell anybody they have to have this or that or whatever the case may be.
You give them pros and cons.
Give them pros and cons. Let them shoot whatever they want. You know, if you want to shoot the Hoyt, if you want to shoot the Mathews, if you want to shoot both sizes of the Mathews, same thing. Hoyt offers an RX-7 Ultra. It's 4 inches longer than that bow. So each manufacturer's give you that option, whether you want a short bow or a long bow. And then from there, we just let the customer decide what they like. But if a guy came in that's, say, 28 and a half inch draw and under, and, you know, was going to do a lot of ground blind hunting, I'd probably would.
That makes sense.
You know, lean them towards the 29.
That makes sense,
Bigger guys, because of the string angle, I generally try to put in the 33.
Right.
But it's all, you know, whatever that. I've had guys come in here with a 30-inch draw that want the shortest bow they can possibly get because of the type of hunting they do. And all I do is give them my opinion, and from there, you know, it's up to them, whatever they want to do. Ultimately, that bow will do the job. It's just going to be more crucial in your form.
That's a good point about the string angle, because I own the Mathews V3X.
Yeah, it's a short bow.
And the angle is different. You have to get used to it, because if I pick that up and I pull it, I put it down, I pick up my Ventum 33 from Hoyt, it's a different angle.
Yeah, you've got, what, 5 inches? It's completely different string angle. Like even just from this bow, when I notice when I'm shooting the RX-7 versus the Ultra, completely different feel. You got 4 inches of string angle difference. Believe it or not, which is kind of surprising, when I shoot the 29 on the Mathews, I don't feel like cramped like I do on bows under 30 inches. I don't know really why that is. I think it has a lot to do with the cam system that they have and the way it comes off the cams. But for whatever reason, I don't feel like it's a 29-inch bow. I feel like it's like almost like a 32-inch bow or a 31-inch bow. No different than that one right there. I feel pretty good when I shoot that one as well.
So let me ask you an honest question. I want you to be honest for the crowd out there.
Yeah.
A customer comes in and says, hey, Raymond, I want to get a Mathews. Right? I know you have the V3X for 2022.
Yep.
You also have the V3 for 2021. What would you recommend?
And honestly, just depends. If I've got a V3 sitting on the shelf and they don't have to have the latest and greatest, you know, there's not a huge difference between bow to bow. There is some differences for sure, and the bridge lock technology is one of those. It did kind of change the game as far as sights go.
Let's show the camera, like the bridge lock technology. This is what he's talking about right there.
So it allows you to run the sight, or the dovetail the sight all the way through the riser. But me liking a longer bow, I would kind of push them to the 33. I owned the 31 last year. I liked it, didn't have any issues with it whatsoever. But like I said earlier, I want the longest bow I can get.
For you personally,
yes.
You're not making it easier for me because, like I said, I'm debating still RX-7 or V3X.
It's a tough
I don't
choice.
know,
It really
man.
is. Like I
don't
said
know.
earlier, you've got 2 Ferraris in your hand. I mean,
Yeah, what do
both
you do?
manufacturers
What
have
do you
been in
do?
the game for a long time and make a
do?
fabulous bow.
A lot of people, I already can hear the commenters, well, the RX-7 is in a different price point. I would buy this
100%.
V3X and buy arrows. That's
Yep.
what I get.
Yeah, and
know?
they've got a point. I mean, this bow is quite a bit more than this one. I mean, you're talking, you know, $600-ish, give or take. So, you know, only the shooter can justify that money and say, yeah, I see $600 difference. You know, that just the weight alone, I'm going to be carrying this thing for miles at a time. You know, if you're chasing elk or muleys or whatever the case may be, maybe that $600 is well worth it.
Yeah.
You know, and then
That's a good point.
You know, for us Texas hunters, you know, we don't really carry our bow too far. I mean, we're kind of spoiled, unfortunately. So we strap them to the side by side or the truck or four wheeler, whatever it is. Go to the stand and walk a couple hundred yards in, and you know, you're really not carrying it too terribly far. But for the guys that do backpack, that's what this platform is built for.
Okay. And carbon versus aluminum, in your opinion, is it worth the upgrade? What do you think?
Like you said, if you're one of those elk, you know, the elk hunter, out west hunters, where you're counting every ounce,
15 miles,
100%. Because I mean, a pound is a lot when you got to carry it 10 miles. You know, may not sound like very much, but ask guys that have done it before, and trust me, they're gonna pay the extra money to save that weight every day.
It's so funny because a lot of you guys out there, a lot of you guys will say, well, go work out, lift some weights. 1 pound is not much of a difference, but
Yeah, 1
let's
pound
be
is
frank,
1 pound.
it is.
Yeah.
It is.
It is. So I mean, it's no different than anything else. When you start buying all this camping gear and things like that, you pay for weight, and that's what Hoyt's doing here. Is you're paying for a lighter rig.
Man, I don't know, man. I really love the Mathews, man. I really love the Mathews. And this being the 33-inch model,
the bigger
and
platform.
this is 29?
30.
30-inch, okay.
Yeah.
The RX-7 is 30. Honestly, they weigh the same. Even though this one has all the accessories on it, this does not. They feel the same, to be frank. And I don't know, man. You know, you are getting what you pay for with the carbon, but I do see why a lot of Texans love the Mathews V3X.
We definitely sell a bunch of the 33s and the 29s, and if you put that bow in the same price point as this, it's a completely different game at that point. But where things are right now, we sell this bow by far more than anything else.
Interesting. That's very interesting.
100%.
So do you have this in stock today?
Oh God, yeah. Every color you can think of. Black, all their real tree camo, all the Sika patterns, their new granite color, the green ambush. I mean, we've got them all. Some with custom color strings. It just depends on how crazy you want to get with it.
Gotcha. Well, there you have it, guys. I mean, do you have any other facts or opinions about the matter?
No, man. I think we pretty much hit on everything,
I
and
think so
you know, we talked about the warranty, their customer service. You know, the bow's easy to tune. I mean, it's hard to really say anything bad about it. And honestly, I would say the same for Hoyt as well.
Well, there you have it, guys. I hope you really enjoyed this video. Like I said, I still don't know which one I want to get, the Mathews V3X or the new Hoyt RX-7. I know carbon, aluminum, but you know, I am going to be spending money, and I want the best of the best, and I want what's going to work for me. It might not particularly work for you, but it might work for me. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Make sure you hit that like button, subscribe, all that good stuff. And if you're looking for anything archery related, hit up with my boy Raymond here at Texas Archery. All the information is in the description box below. But yeah, thanks, buddy.
Man.
Appreciate it. I'm going to make a decision soon.
Just let
you
me
have
know.
every single color, right?
Every color of both.
Man, I might have to go with that Mathews, man.
Whatever you end up liking.
Whew.